Alright, g'day, hi and welcome. Alright, cold, damp, wet, miserable. Gotta go do some snow shoveling. Had to blow up my tire a little bit. Been low for a little while and I just haven't gotten around to it. Clear that off. That's nice and clean. Alright, it should be good to go. We were supposed to do it yesterday, but the problem with yesterday, I came out here and I turned the key, went and it died. So I had to take the battery in, let it warm up for a bit, then charge it up, and then I had to go get gas, and I put 60 in there yesterday. Got 3/4 of a tank, so I can't see nothing. And then we're supposed to get a nasty amount of snow, so I was kind of like, well, maybe I should wait till after the snowstorm goes, because I'm gonna shovel all this for the next 2 hours, and it's all gonna come back by the end of the night. So, well, it is what it is. It is what it is. Yeah. So, my goal for today is it's gonna take about 2 hours, so that's not too bad, but. No trucks are coming. It's gonna be one of these days. One of these kind of road days. Ah, there, my tire's not hobbling as much. Happens when you got a low tire and it's cold like that. It freezes, and then when you take off, it takes a while for the tire to kind of like take its form. So you get boom, 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 boom for the first little bit. So that's a bit better. I still gotta put a little more air in it though. I was gonna run the compressor, but I was like, I don't know. I don't think the compressor's. It's been sitting there. It's been in the -30s. Like, that thing sounds like razor blades on a chalkboard when you start it up in the cold like that. So it's like, I'll use the good old-fashioned hand pump. Bought this thing for like $2 years ago, and I use it to keep those little lawn tractors for one of my clients. Tires are always going flat, so I keep it for that. But it's good for like stuff like this too. So the only thing I hate about doing blowing up tires in the winter is I'm always afraid that the valve's gonna freeze, because it's happened to me before where the valve itself actually freezes and it stays open a bit. Then you're good, okay, my tire's all popped up. You go somewhere, you walk out to the parking lot, and your tire's like half flat again. You gotta get the pump out and try to pump it up enough to get yourself home. Like, I've already got enough things I gotta do every time I start this vehicle that I don't need that on top of it. You know what I mean? Yeah. I brought the battery in last night, so it started nice and good today. Gonna warm up a bit there, so. Kind of one of those days where you're just gonna take her easy on the roads. It's like this, it's not so much, it's loose. So what happens is, it's not so much that there's a lot of snow, it's that it's loose, and if there's a frozen spot, it's where you spin out, right? So you got to be mindful of your gradient corners like that, so you don't just slide right off the road. But as soon as you start sliding, just let off the gas and ride it out until you can brake. Like, that guy going way too stupidly fast for this kind of weather. Way too stupidly fast. Especially with a trailer. You know, the guy's like, what are you thinking, man? So I got today and I got tomorrow to shovel. So it's going to be an interesting month anyway. We're 5 days in. I've made, well, as soon as I get paid for this little job and the other little job there, I'll be doing okay for February. Like, February is usually like a dead month completely. So even if I only work 2 days a week throughout February, it's enough just to kind of, you know, push my savings down a bit further. Yeah, so last month I definitely made over $1,000. So for a January, that's like I don't know if I made my record, but it was probably pretty close, because usually I don't make hardly, like, if I make $200-300 a month throughout the winter, that's like good, considered good. So this year I'm on a good head start, you know what I mean? And I have my living expenses up till July anyway, July, early August. And what's good about that is that it's a good buffer zone. Plus, now mind you, I haven't done 2023 and 2024's taxes yet. But all the tax money I got back, which is probably going to go towards a new vehicle. Well, not a brand new vehicle, but like a newer used vehicle, you know. And but I want to buy something that's, you know, worthwhile, because every vehicle you buy, like you either buy like your $500 beater or brand new. Like there's no in between. There's no in between. Oh, I bought a car for $8,000. It's almost like new. No, it's not. It's going to break on you. They all break. Even the new ones break. You know what I mean? So the question is it worth to put money into? Like, you know, putting between $1,300 and $2,000 just to fix the brakes on the Silver Cup. I love that car, guys. I do. It's such a character, right? But every vehicle I have is a character, you know? Like, every vehicle I have is like, I don't know what it's like to drive a normal vehicle. You know what I mean? Like, you just get in, you turn the key, and you just drive to where you go with no worries. I have no idea what that's like. I'd be more stressed out in a new vehicle than I would into something where I know exactly what I have to tweak, you know, to keep it running. It's bizarre, but I guess you get comfy with your situation. You adapt, right? You adapt, right? So, long story short, I'm like, whatever the next vehicle I get, obviously, I'm not going to get a truck, another truck. I just can't afford to run a truck with the gas prices where they're at. And where the money was, I'm right where it was with the truck. I was starting to make money with the truck, but I wasn't making quite enough money for that 260. Like I say, when it was $120 to fill up the truck, I was making money. I was only spending maybe $400 or $500 a month on fuel, right, during the summertime, during my peak hours or peak season. But the last time I filled up my truck, you know, full tank, was $260. So I was spending between $800 and $1,000 a month on fuel. It's really, that, you know, at $25 an hour, guys, that sucks up your profits pretty damn fast. You know, so you're really working for fuel, right? Where it's $60 to fill up the car. You know, that little 4-cylinder, it just runs on fumes, right? It's great. Okay, you can put hardly nothing in it, but like what I was getting for scrap metal wasn't enough to offset the gas price, even though I was getting some good scrap metal days. Like I made money with Thunder. Like that truck made me a lot of money. I made a lot of money with Brutus. Brutus made a killing. Freddie, I made a ridiculous amount of money because I got him for $500, and that's when the fuel prices were, you know, like I say, less than 120 to fill up the tank. You know, I drive, and that truck actually, even though it was a V8, I guess maybe just because it was a 2-wheel drive, it just got really good mileage for a truck, for a V8 truck, like really good, like 650, 700 kilometers to the tank. Like, you can't knock that for a full-size 100-liter truck, you know, like 100 liters of a fuel, you know what I mean, or 99 liters or whatever it is of fuel. That's about 35 gallons or whatever. That's not bad. It's not a bad return on profit, you know what I mean? Or on investment. Good profit there. CRV. Now the CRVs, those are awesome. But I'm thinking more minivan, guys. Like, I had a minivan before, and I know a lot of people, oh, I've never driven a minivan. Don't knock it till you try it, man. Those things are like Crocs. You know, oh, I would never wear those things. And you wear them, it's like, suddenly, like, everywhere you go, you have these damn things on your feet, right? Why? Because they're comfy. They're utilitarian, you know what I mean? Yeah. I wonder if he's going to my place. I hope not, because my dad's gone with my uncle, so I can't move his truck out of the way for the plow, so yeah. But the point is that whenever I get the next vehicle, it has to have enough room to do a bunch of things. Number one, haul tools easily. and haul all my tools so I don't have to load, unload. It's like Paul and I were talking about, like, when he gets his next trailer, so get it one of those like little U-Haul style enclosed ones that you can drive your riding mower in. Just put every tool you need, you just leave it all in there. So you're not loading and unloading and loading. Like, it takes half an hour to unload the damn truck every time, right? We do our jobs. So it's nice if you can just hook up and go. You know, it's more of a pain in the ass to carry a trailer around, but it's a lot easier than unloading it. You know what I mean? Most places we have the room for to pull the little trailer like that. So, and then if you need a tool, it's like, ah, shit, I didn't bring it. You know what I mean? Now in the car, it's like like 2 whippersnippers, 2 chainsaws. That's a full back seat with the seat down. You know what I mean? And a couple other little tools. You know what I mean? Toolbox or whatever. Like, I'm amazed what I can fit in that in that little Honda Civic. I'm like very impressed with myself. But at the same time, it's like I need a bigger vehicle. So, like, I wanted a 2-door car. I had my 2-door car. 2-door car is fun for a drive around, whatever, cruising around. It's not really meant for working class men that are day to day. You know what I mean? Like a 2-door truck with an 8-foot box is fine. I had that. That's great to drive around. That's phenomenal to drive around. But yeah, a car there's just not enough room. Right? A hatchback would probably be okay, because then you got a little bit of headroom so you can put things on top of each other. But like on my little Civic, you can't put nothing on top of each other. Like, it's not high enough. You know what I mean? You can barely get stuff into the trunk. Like, you can get a set of golf clubs in there, I'm sure, for those people that like that. But, you know, like, it's like toolboxes, chainsaws, all that. It fills in that area pretty fast.